This is the Constitution. This is Article 1, Section 8 and Clause 1 of the Constitution, which gives the legislative authority for spending to Congress. Now, why is this important? This is important because what you're going to witness here in Vern Buchanan's speech on Saturday is an expert politician trying to escape accountability and project his failures onto somebody else.
The inflation that we're seeing is a lot because of the overspending. Last year, they overspent the budget $2 trillion. The interest on the debt's over $1 trillion. So we need to clearly get her out and get our president reelected, Donald Trump.
Vern Buchanan is counting on a misinformed public to not be able to call him out on this projection. But here's the facts. Vern Buchanan started in office in 2006. That's 18 years ago. And there it is. He started with $12 trillion. That's where we were. And now we're at $33 trillion in debt due to Vern Buchanan and his spending. So now what's Vern's part in this? What kind of spender is Vern in Congress? Right here in the red is the average Republican. Right here in blue is the average Democrat. And over here above even the average Democrat is Vern Buchanan. He is a prolific spender, all while trying to pretend like he's for balancing the budget. It's not true. So I want to give you another example here. In the red is some Republicans that you might know, and also some Democrats in blue, Nancy Pelosi and AOC, among others. Vern is ahead of all those. So that's the bad news. But the good news is there's a way out of this, and it's called single item bills to return accountability to we the people. Jim Jordan, a member of the Freedom Caucus, describes here how we need to move towards single item bills to return to accountability within Congress.
You don't get the scrutiny that you get for the earmarks that are the member-directed spending. You don't get the scrutiny on that kind of stuff that you do if it's an individual bill and you're focused on that bill and you got a conference committee. So we want to get to that.
By going back to single-item bills like we were 30 years ago, we can get back to accountability so that members of Congress don't come back and say, well, it's just too much, it's too difficult, I don't know, it wasn't my fault. Well, it is your fault when you're fighting against these single item bills and you're pushing for omnibus bills. And that's exactly what Vern Buchanan has done. And he fought against Jim Jordan being the speaker. It was all about omnibus and single item bills. And not only that, during this fight, he snuck off into the White House and was bowling with the Bidens in the White House, as many of you already know. I'll leave this clip with you. The good news is you can do something about this. We can make a change. We can make a difference. We can take this country back. All we need to do is have the political will and courage and the right leadership and representation in Congress. And remember, if you're going to take down a rhino like Vern Buchanan, you're going to need a spear. Eddie Spear for Congress.